Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the wonderful presentations. As a last speaker, I think I'm in a position to hurry a little bit. I'd like to append some other issues which I think deserve to be mentioned regarding female employment and its policies. And I'd like to close my comment with asking some questions of the presenters. So first thing to mention is the importance of the coordination of the related policies in female employment to prevent career interruption. So Dr. Choi showed the well-known M-curve of the female employment in Korea. And many studies point out the drop in their 30s is mainly due to childbirth and childcare. So for these policies to be more effective, labor market policy alone might not be effective. It has to accompany by social and educational policies. For example, labor market policies such as protection of part-time workers, extension of reduced hours working, substantiating parental leaves, etc., have to be coordinated by more extensive and better quality childcare services and after-school programs to effectively increase female employment. And the second thing I'd like to mention is that if the Korean government has in mind female employment target level, I'm not sure what it is, as in the 70% the total employment target level. Some distinctive aspect of Korean female employment composition also has to be considered when it introduces new policies. As you know, employment can be divided into two categories by this employment status. One is employees and the other is self-employed workers. Self-employed workers, again, can be classified into employers, own account workers, and contributing family workers, excuse me. And according to Korean labor statistics of year 2010, employees take up slightly less than 70% in Korea. So more exactly, it's about 69.5% of the female employment. So self-employed take up the remaining 30%. No major OECD countries have this much high level of self-employed proportion in female employment. According to ILO 2010 data, corresponding values in Denmark, self-employed takes up only 5%, and Germany is only 8.5%, and Spain, a little bit high, it's 12%. So closest number is from Italy, which is 18.5%. So in many ways, Italy seems to have more similarities and more to learn from. Around 2/3 of the female self-employed are own account workers, and many studies in Korea shows that their economic status is generally low, and contributing family workers takes up about 6% out of total female employment. This is a very high percentage. So the corresponding values is only 0.3% in Denmark and 0.6% in Germany and 1.6% in Italy, and the closest number is 3.5% in Japan. And I suspect that some of these contributing family workers could be in the state of underemployment. So when the government focuses more and better jobs for employees, it may attract some of these workers as well. So it is indeed good news for these, the self-employed female workers. But by that much, raising female employment would require more policy efforts. Okay, so when government make policies, this difference from other OECD countries has to be fully taken into consideration. These self-employed workers might be, if I borrow the words from the Professor Berio, it's a kind of unaccounted female labor reserve. They are ready to be hired. Okay, so that's kind of the, I think, distinct difference. All right, so now I'd like to ask two questions, one for each presenter. First question goes to Professor Berio, and in Korea, regular part-time jobs are often now referred to as one of the important alternatives to increase female employment without much losing job quality. Based on Europe's experience, what would be your suggestions on this? And second question is to Dr. Choi, and you have offered important suggestions in your presentation, but some of them might give some disincentives to the demand side, labor demand side. Large size firms may comply with new policies, changing policies without much difficulty. However, medium or small size firms where majority of female workers are employed may have difficulty in complying with that. So intended outcome may be partly offset by the decrease in labor demand on female workers. So my question is, how could we minimize this adverse effect on the female labor demand when the suggested policies are implemented? Okay, that's all. Thank you very much.